What's going on, guys? I'm Dylan from the Offshore Gamescast, and this is my review of the PC version of Immortality. This will be a spoiler-free review that covers the concept of the game, how it works, and my personal thoughts on it without going into specific story beats. Immortality is best experienced with limited knowledge about what's in store for you, so I'll be avoiding anything that would tarnish your experience. Immortality is the latest FMV game from Sam Barlow, known for her story and telling lies. For those unaware of what an FMV game is, FMV stands for full motion video. They're typically narrative-driven games featuring real-life footage of the actors instead of animated models that we see in traditional games. The core story of Immortality is trying to find out what happened to Marissa Marcel, an up-and-coming film star in the 20th century who seemingly disappeared out of nowhere. She starred in 3 movies, Ambrosio in 1968, Minsky in 1970, and Two of Everything in 1999. All of which never got released to the public for varying reasons. Everything you'll see in this review will be from her first movie, Ambrosio, so you can experience everything from the other 2 yourself. Your job is to go through footage from all 3 of these movies, including backstage segments, interviews, auditions, rehearsals, and just about everything that would be caught on camera during the filmmaking process to try and learn about the forgotten star and maybe even discover what happened to her. When viewing a piece of footage, you can pause, fast forward, and rewind at different speeds, go frame by frame, and use what's called the match cut mechanic. If anything catches your eye when watching a clip, whether it be someone's face, a fruit, a knife, or whatever it may be, all you have to do is click on it and you'll be transferred to a new piece of footage with a similar corresponding object. For example, clicking on Marissa Marcel's face will transfer you to another video with her face in it, as seen in the video. Match cutting acts as the main way of unlocking new clips for you to watch and go through. Quite frankly, you have the ability to use this mechanic on just about every single object or person that you see in a given frame. The way everything matches up and connects to other clips is impressive, and the amount of care that went into every detail of every shot in Immortality is evident. There is no right or wrong way to play Immortality. You cannot lose or get a game over from clicking on the wrong objects, taking too long, or anything like that. The game lets you choose how you want to experience it the way you enjoy most. Personally, I preferred going through clips chronologically in the order that they were filmed in, but others may prefer jumping around from clip to clip between all 3 movies. It's entirely up to you how you want to play it. Things start to get really interesting when you start to notice the thing. I can't speak on what the thing is because it's a major part of the mystery that's best left figured out on your own. But the first time I saw the thing, it was a jaw-dropping experience that gave me chills and goosebumps. The type of experience that could only work through a video game and reminds me why I love gaming as much as I do. You don't have to unlock every piece of footage or click on every object to piece together the mystery and see the ending of the game, but one of the beauties of Immortality are the other subplots and smaller mysteries laced throughout. It took me about 7 to 8 hours to beat the game, and I've put another 7 to 8 hours into it since finishing just to discover more about the characters and try to find every piece of footage that I can. This is also where one of my major complaints about Immortality comes from. When trying to find the last remaining clips in the post-game of Immortality, things can start to become tedious, as most objects you click on will just lead you to a previously unlocked clip, and new ones start unlocking at a much slower pace, especially if you're really combing through each one and clicking on every piece of it that you can. An FMV game like this can be hit or miss based on the acting alone, and just about everyone in the game does an excellent job, especially Manon Gage as Marissa Marcel. Since most characters are actors who are playing other characters, there was a lot of jumping around for the cast of Immortality, and it's impressive how well they did. Immortality covers a lot of heavy topics and can be visually graphic. Before closing out the review, I want to read off the content warning from the beginning of the game. Viewers are warned that the film footage collected here contains subject matter that may be upsetting. The stories are taken from the gothic, thriller, and supernatural genres and tackle themes and elements such as strong curse words, blasphemy regarding the Catholic faith, sudden and surprising visual cuts and sound events, alcohol, cigarette, and drug use, abusive relationships, nudity, sex, blood and wounding, suicide, sexual assault, and murder, asphyxia, knife, and firearm. This content warning is no joke. All of the above is shown, including Game of Thrones-esque nudity and sex scenes. Immortality does not shy away from much, so these are things to keep in mind before jumping into it. Immortality does an excellent job at giving you a narrative-driven experience that can only be done through gaming. The acting, immersion, impressive match-cut gameplay mechanic, attention to detail, and the unique concept for a story all came together to give me one of the most memorable playthroughs that I've had in a while. I give Immortality the official Offshore Gamescast rating of 9 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more gaming content and be sure to tune into the Offshore Gamescast every Tuesday on all podcast providers and offshoregamescast.com.